Hello everybody, this is JT Productions and I'm back with another preview and prediction video. Today I'll be doing the West Virginia Mountaineers. Last season the West Virginia Mountaineers went 6-7, 4-5 in the Big 12 to end the season with a loss in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl against Minnesota, 18-6. So some of their losses last season were at Maryland against Tualatia Tagovailoa, at Oklahoma by 3, against Texas Tech by 3, at Baylor in a blowout, against Oklahoma State in a blowout, and at Kansas State. So if you swing all of those one-score losses, then they would have gone 10-3. Yeah, 10-3, 9-3 in the regular season. So, who's this team? LIU Sharks, never seen that. Anyways, West Virginia, very much improved. They got some transfers in the transfer portal, such as JT Daniels, quarterback who came from Georgia by way of USC. And they also got Lynn J. Dixon, who came over from Clemson. 2 quality players. And they also got Mike Lockhart, who is a D-tackle at Georgia Tech, who could very much help their defensive line. On the offensive side, they have a redshirt junior, sophomore, and redshirt senior at wide receiver, in Bryce Ford Wheaton, Caden Prather, Sam James, and then they also have a freshman named Gerald Williams. Now, the one thing with this offense is, will the receivers be able to do much? That's the thing. Other than that, you have tight end Brian Polanday, who is a senior transfer from Miami by way of Colorado State. You have Mike O'Loughlin, redshirt junior. And at running back, you have Lynn J. Dixon, of course, and you also have redshirt junior Troy Mathis Jr., and then you have quarterback JT Daniels. Offense, not looking bad. The offensive line, you have redshirt senior, or you have a sophomore, redshirt senior, junior transfer, and redshirt junior. Sort of veteran offensive line, so they should be fine. I'm pretty sure they did good last year. So I think the offense, if the receivers will allow it, will be better this year. So, now on defense, they were one of the best defenses in the Big 12. They have Dante Stills, graduate for West Virginia, Taj Alston, redshirt senior transfer, Jordan Jefferson, redshirt junior, and then at linebacker you have Jared Bartlett, redshirt junior, Lee Pogba, redshirt junior transfer from Syracuse by way of East Mississippi Community College, Lance Dixon, redshirt junior transfer, Jayceer Cox, graduate transfer from North Dakota State, Charles Woods, redshirt senior transfer, Hershey McLaurin, redshirt transfer from Jones College, Marcus Floyd, sorry, I'm having trouble pronouncing these names, from Murray State. And then Andrew Wilson Lamb, redshirt freshman. The defense should be around as good as they were last year, so that won't be a problem. Can the offense pick up and have chemistry in the first few weeks of the season when they need it? That's the question. So, let's see their recruiting rankings. So, over the past 5 years, West Virginia in the Big 12, or average in the country, is 38. That's behind 1, 2, let's see there, 3, 4, 5 other Big 12 teams. So they're 6th in the Big 12 over the past 5 years in recruiting. In 2022, they had the 35th rated, 2021 42nd, 2020 37th, 2019 48th, and 2018 35th. So, I mean, pretty much middle of the pack for Big 12 recruiting. However, they have done well in the portal with bringing in guys like JT Daniels, Lynn J. Dixon, Mike Lockhart. So, let's see how they'll do this year. They started the season at Pittsburgh to reunite the backyard brawl against Pittsburgh. So, I think that this game is going to be a blowout, probably. Keaton Slovis coming over from USC, coming into a Pittsburgh offense without Jordan Addison against a West Virginia offense with JT Daniels. I think JT Daniels is going to have a day and be better starting out than Keaton Slovis, so I think West Virginia gets the win on the road at Pitt. 1-0 going into week 2 against Kansas. Kansas, they have to travel to Morgantown, and they're just not there yet. I think West Virginia gets a big win against Kansas, go to 2-0. Kansas is on the right track, I'll give them that. However, it's going to take a couple of more years. Week 3 against Towson, win. It's a tune-up game. Week 3 at West Virginia. West Virginia, they have a new coaching staff, so I think West Virginia gets a win there. They do have a great defense. However, JT Daniels has faced SEC defenses like teams like he's also faced Clemson, but he was also injured a lot. He's faced teams like South Carolina. South Carolina, you may think, one of the downer SEC defenses. However, not necessarily. They've been kind of ball hawks over the past couple of years. But anyways, and enough defending JT Daniels. He's a great quarterback. 4-0 going to one of your big games at Texas. Now, Texas, they're going to be a decent team this year as well. I think you get a win. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Texas, at this point, their second half defense will probably still be kind of and their coach, Sarkisian, is more of an offensive coach. I think it'll be more of a shootout than we're accustomed to with West Virginia over the past couple of years since Will Greer left, but I think West Virginia gets the win on the road at Texas to go to 5-0. Coming out of your bye week, you play Baylor. I think Baylor's going to take a step back, and they're traveling to Morgantown. It's always hard to do it there. So I think you get the win against Baylor. So you're 6-0, and then you have to go on the road to Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech is going to be a sneaky team this year. Their record may not say it, just because they always have a mediocre record. But I think that they sneak up on you. After going 6-0 to start the year, I think you get snuck up on by the Red Raiders in Lubbock, Texas, and you suffer your first loss of the year. I think it's going to be one of those crazy games to where a lot of unexpected things happen. It's hard to predict these, but I'm here to do it. So I think you're 6-1 going into the game against TCU. TCU is going to be down this year. Their defense is going to be good. However, I don't think their offense is going to be – I think their offense is going to be putrid. They lost Zach Evans. So, there's another win, 7-1. Then you have to go to Iowa State. People say that you cannot win at Iowa State. Oh, gosh. Gotta love people that say stuff like that. You get a win. So, you're 8-1. Now you have a big game against Oklahoma. If you've watched my Oklahoma preview, you would know by this point in the season I have Oklahoma having 3 losses, and they have to go to your house. I think you lose. I know that it's going to be crazy. You're going to think I'm crazy, but Oklahoma, by this point in the season, you're going to have a lot of growing pains in the beginning of the season with Brent Venables coming in, a defensive-minded coach coming into one of the worst defenses over the past couple of years. Oklahoma's had pieces, however, Lincoln Riley, he said up front that he does not care about coaching defense. And I think with Dylan Gabriel having a bunch of games under his belt, I think that he'll be ready. So I think that they come into your house to get a win. I think that they make the win streak over you. I forget the last time that y'all beat Oklahoma, but there's one more add to the win streak. So, you're 8-2 at this point. Still have a winning shot. Still have a shot at the Big 12 championship. You have Kansas State at home and at Oklahoma State. I think you win both these games. Kansas State, they're going to be pretty good. However, they can only go so far with Adrian Martinez as a quarterback. And then Oklahoma State, they're going to take a few steps back this year as well. So I think you finish the season 10-2 and have a shot at going to the Big 12 championship, depending on tiebreakers between Texas and Oklahoma. So there you go, 10-2 for the West Virginia Mountaineers. I think JT Daniels is going to be a big part of that, and the defense is going to be about as good as it was last year. So there's you a good season, West Virginia. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Like I say in all these videos, I'm trying to finish all the FBS teams by week 0. So if you'd like me to do a specific team, let me know down in the comments. And if I haven't done it yet, I'll do it. So anyways, have a great day and go Dogs.